The Chevrolet Suburban is a full-size SUV that has been in production since the 1930s, making it the longest-running single production model in automotive history. 12 distinct generations of Suburbans have been produced since the 1930s. However, the subject of this video will be the 10th 27, 11th 2015, and newest 12th 2021 generations. It's time to go into more detail about each of these individually and discuss what to look for if you're thinking about buying a Suburban made after 2007. The most significant issues, recalls, their causes, and their fixes will all be covered in this video. And before we start, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Excessive oil consumption. The 29 Suburban appears to be the most susceptible to this problem, with the 5.3 LV8 engine found in the 2008 to 2013 Suburban being known to use oil like crazy. A quart of oil is reportedly added by owners every 2,000 miles. A totaled engine is a real possibility if a person buys one of the impacted cars without realizing it uses a lot of oil. Low-tension piston rings, which are unable to maintain adequate tension and allow oil to leak from the crankcase and typically enter the combustion chamber, are the cause of this small block V8's excessive oil consumption. By spraying oil directly onto the piston skirts, the active fuel management system has only made the situation worse. Last but not least, owners also voiced their dissatisfaction with an insufficient warning system that fails to account for the amount of oil remaining in the engine. This can result in the system failing to recognize that the engine is severely low on oil, which can cause an engine failure. Transfer case problems. 4WD transfer case sensor failures, which cause the vehicle to display the 4WD warning message on the dashboard, are common in the 2007 to 2011 Chevrolet Suburban. It is necessary to scan the car's defects in order to resolve this issue, because the specific cause of the problem may vary. The car may mostly encounter this issue when it switches from 4WD to 2WD or when the 4WD system completely fails. Another problem with the 2014-2015 Suburban is that it can roll away when the transfer case is in neutral while the vehicle is parked. For this reason, General Motors GM conducted a recall of the 2014-2015 Suburban in July 2014 in order to reprogram the transfer case module's software and possibly replace any other problematic components. Differential bearing issues. Strange noises coming from the front or rear differential area of the car have been reported by many owners of the Suburban from 2007 to 2015. It is anticipated that the majority of the problem stems from worn-out differential bearings, which will need to be replaced in order to resolve. On the other hand, if you hear any clunking noise when you accelerate, it might be the result of a broken U-joint, which also needs to be replaced. Ignition system issues. Both the 2007 to 2014 and 2015 to 2021 Suburban models appear to have ignition system problems, though the causes appear to be somewhat different. The most common cause of startup problems in the older Suburban is a malfunctioning starter motor. However, there have also been problems with the ignition lock actuator in a few Suburban models from 2014 to 2015. The issue here is that the car may stall when the ignition abruptly flips from the start to the accessory position. This ultimately resulted in a recall when General Motors announced in October 2015 that the ignition lock housing on some Suburban models needed to be replaced. Lifter tick issues. The Chevrolet Suburban from 2007 to 2018 also appears to be experiencing fairly serious engine ticking issues, which are most noticeable when the vehicle is idling. A 2015 Suburban owner claimed that after taking his vehicle to a mechanic, the mechanic determined that the problem was with the lifter. It would be more cost-effective to replace the engine in order to fix this, so tick repair is quite costly. Furthermore, the majority of Chevy mechanics claim that this ticking sound in the engine may or may not be related to low oil levels. If it is, this could result in the lifter failing and the pistons hitting the valves, which could result in total engine death. The transmission refusing to shift. The main cause of the apparent occasional failure of the 2007-2015 Suburban to engage a gear at all appears to be low or contaminated transmission fluid. This can be a serious issue as it can result in a complete transmission failure. Although improper maintenance is primarily to blame for these problems, the shifter cable can occasionally break and prevent you from shifting into any gear at all. Because all of these can result in similar problems, it is therefore best to always inspect the wheel speed sensors, the shifter cable, and the transmission fluid. Door locks issues. A few Chevrolet Suburban owners from 2015 to 2020 also reported that their vehicle would unexpectedly lock and unlock their doors while they were driving. It's been reported that the wiring in door locks, which can break easily, is the cause of this problem. Other door lock-related problems are common, mostly with Suburban models from 2007 to 2014, in which the door lock actuator breaks and the central locking system becomes completely unusable. EVAP issues. Additionally, it appears that the 2007-2014 Suburban has strange problems with the EVAP system, which is meant to retain fuel fumes in the tank and direct them into the engine to increase efficiency and emissions. On the other hand, a significant number of owners reported receiving the P0446 error code, which indicates an issue with the EVAP control circuit. Prior to fixing it, make sure the gas cap is correctly sealed, the vapor canister purge valve is working, and the included solenoid is functioning. After checking all three of these parts, a full-on pressure test of the fuel tank should be performed, as it is typically the result of one of the three. Car shifting out of park. Although we have already addressed one problem, the Suburban may roll while parked. There are regrettably more. There have been reports of problems with the 2013 Chevrolet Suburban's transmission, allowing you to change gears even without pressing the brake pedal. In addition, the car can move out of park on its own, even without the ignition key. It makes sense that GM issued a recall in January 2013 in response to this dangerous issue, recalling specific 2012-2013 Suburban models because it appeared that a fractured park lock cable was the cause of the problem. Electrical fires. The worst problems are usually those involving fire, and the Suburban regrettably has a number of these on its record. To begin with, GM actually conducted 2 recalls for the 27-29 Suburban. The first recall occurred in August 2008, and it involved nearly 900K vehicles because of problems with the heated wiper system, which could short-circuit and catch fire. In June 2020, GM conducted a second recall involving 1.4 million models due to the same problem. On the other hand, a lot of owners of Suburbans from 2015 to 2020 are complaining about issues where the vehicle can catch fire. A few owners reported electrical fires that appeared to be caused by burned wires and the battery, and they started under the hood. In addition, some owners reported that the radio occasionally caught fire and smoked. Exhaust manifold issues. Exhaust manifold problems are known to occur in older generations of Chevrolet SUVs and trucks, but it appears that the 10th and 11th generations of Suburbans are also impacted. These include exhaust manifold leaks, rust on the manifold, and missing bolts that can produce a ticking sound that is frequently confused with the notorious engine lifter tick. Transmission leaks. Although transmission leaks are common in older Suburban vehicles, they are most commonly found in vehicles with high mileage and poorly maintained vehicles. On the other hand, transmission leaks are common in the 2015 Chevrolet Suburban with a 6-speed automatic, which can result in transmission problems and even fire. For this reason, in March 2014, Chevrolet issued a recall for the 2015 Suburban. An oil cooler line that wasn't properly secured in place eventually leaked, which was the root of the problem. Unintended braking. Another problem with the 2015-2020 Chevrolet Suburban has to do with the wheel speed sensor, which can trigger the driveline protection system and brake the opposing wheel. As a result, the vehicle pulls to one side, increasing the risk of an accident. In October 2019, Chevrolet conducted a recall to address this problem, requiring owners of specific 2015-2020 Suburban models to reprogram the system and possibly replace any faulty parts. Car losing all electrical power. The sudden loss of all electrical power, even while driving, is one of the more dangerous electrical problems that appear to be plaguing Suburban models manufactured between 2015 and 2020. This covers all of the accessories as well as the power steering and lights on the vehicle. Naturally, there is a serious risk to on-road safety, which is why Chevrolet conducted a recall. However, Suburban models manufactured between 2015 and 2020 were not covered. In October 2014, a contaminated chassis electronic module that was known to short-circuit and cut off the car's power caused the recall of Suburban models made in 2013-2014. The jury is still out on this recall because it had nothing to do with the previously mentioned 2015-2020 issues. Anti-lock brakes problems. The anti-lock brake system in the 2015-2020 Chevrolet Suburban appears to be having problems, making it difficult to depress the pedal and difficult to stop the vehicle. These problems appear to have multiple underlying causes. First off, because the wheel sensor is so close to the wheels and prone to accelerated wear and tear. A malfunctioning wheel sensor can have an impact on the ABS system of the vehicle. Low brake fluid, contaminated brake fluid, or a malfunctioning ABS pump are some more possible causes. Whatever the problem, make sure you take your car to a dealership to have it fixed, because it makes it very dangerous because it interferes with your ability to stop the vehicle. Rear-wheel driveshaft assembly issues. The final powertrain-related problem we'll discuss today is the possibility of driveshaft failures in the 2021 Chevrolet Suburban, which could result in an abrupt loss of power and raise the risk of an accident. The issue was that some parts had not been heat-treated appropriately, which increased the risk of driveshaft fractures. Power brake assist issues. The job of the brake vacuum pump is to supply adequate pressure to help you apply the brakes. The car won't be able to stop quickly enough, or your ability to apply brake pressure will be significantly reduced if this system malfunctions. Chevy also conducted a recall for specific 2015-2018 Suburban models in September 2019 as a result of this. According to Chevrolet, the software is the only cause of this problem, so no parts will need to be replaced. In any case, this recall was one of the biggest that GM has ever conducted, involving nearly 3.5 million vehicles. Airbag issues. The final category of issues we will discuss today is airbag issues. For instance, airbag inflator explosions have resulted in 5 recalls for the 2015 Suburban, while 2 separate recalls for the 2015 model have been issued due to airbag failures. The only Suburban models from 2018 to 2020 that were not recalled for any airbag problems at all were the 2021 Suburban, which was also recalled for its non-illuminating airbag light. So that's all the issues related to the latest Suburban generations. If you want something to add, please share your thoughts in the comments section below. See you later, alligators.